Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course my sideburns are so bad. Somebody said something about it in my video yesterday. I didn't even really notice it. I need to get a haircut before I start kind of like smoothing them over the side. I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost. I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2020. The album, Dad AF. Hey little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure I went to a party last Saturday night. This Saturday night. I didn't get laid, I got in a fight. Bum bum. Go check out my review channel. Today my husband and I are making vegan chocolate chip cookies. Anyway, if you watch my vlog every single night, I always have these crazy hairs like these that are sticking all over the place, and I name them. And my favorite is Darling Jolene Joe, who's 50, and she likes to kick. So I have to say to Darling Jolene Joe, her brother right here, who is, I don't know, we'll call him Jebediah Jolene Joe. Okay, sis. This is my second drama video of the day. I don't know why I do this. I always do. I go, hey you guys, it's Peter. And I'm back. Oh, I'm losing it. I love that for you. Anyway, today, this is my second video. I did a Jake Paul video, and now I'm back, and I'm talking about Jeffree Star and Nathan, and more Jeffree Star and Nathan drama that has occurred. Let me get ready. Today, I am going in with the Chubby Hubby Huckleberry 0.5. I can't read without my readers ounces. You know when you get old and you have to have readers for everything, you are really in trouble. Not from Morphe. And then I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs lip gloss, which I love. It's stunning and it just is so sleek. I love it. I'm almost out of it. Anyway, I do have to say though, the best lip gloss I've ever used, honest to God, and I am a lip gloss aficionado. The best lip gloss I've ever used in my entire life, love him or hate him, okay, is Manny Mua's Lunar Beauty lip gloss. All right, let's get into, I think they're out of stock right now. I was gonna order, I just poked my eye. I was going to order some more, but I think they're out. Anyway, okay. Let's get into this video. We're gonna talk about Jeffree Star and we're gonna talk about Nathan. Okay, now this picture was just posted 3 hours ago, and within 3 hours, I have received so many DMs about this. So first of all, let me give a shout out to the first person that sent me one, and that is Carol. Hello, Carol, how are you? Carol sent me a picture of Jeffree Star Cosmetics posted this picture right here. And it is of the Blue Blood, the Blood Sugar palette, and the Bloodlust palette. And it says underneath here, the Blood Family. How perfect is this shot of our beloved sisters? Hi, sisters! Oh, let's go to my drama opera of 2016. Jeffree Star, Jaclyn Hill, Manny MUA, Nikki Tutorials, James Charles. Hi, sisters. Laura Lee. Subscribe. Patrick Star in the house. Now, if you come to the 2020 version of that, okay, which is basically like off-Broadway, we added Raw Beauty Christie, but Raw Beauty Christie is going to be at the top of the game, I believe, in 2021. 2021? What's my gut feeling? 2021. She's going to be above all these people. Okay. Or over them, who knows? But anyway, I can't wait for that to happen. So anyway, all these people are sending me this, and they're like, do you think it's interesting that Jeffree Star chose to use the word sisters? Because we know that over the last couple days, Jeffree Star has done everything in the world to try to get James Charles' attention. And I know people are like, that's... My camera died right in the middle of that. I thought I could make, it was flashing, and I thought I could make it all the way through this short video. You know, short video for Peter Monn means 20 minutes, not 23. I thought I could make it all the way through without it dying, but that didn't happen. So anyway, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, this is a reach. Gotta stretch out for the reach, but I think it's very obvious if you listen to Keemstar's interview with Jeffree Star and you've seen some of the other things, that Jeffree Star in the last month or so has really been trying to get James Charles' attention on some level, okay? And people are like, oh no, he doesn't care about the drama. I'm not convinced of that, okay? I'm just gonna say for this one, I'm not convinced. So, Today, he posts this picture, right, and underneath here, he says, and when people come to me and they're like, oh, this is such a reach or such a reach, you have to realize that typically when I film a video that is a reach, it's because I have received 20 to 50 DMs of people that are reaching on their own. So it's not just me, don't come for me, I'm just one person over here, okay, oh my God. But anyway, so he posted this picture and he said this about their sisters, and people are like, well, he's never like really referred to them as their sisters. Now, I have to tell you, I do kind of remember talking about the family of the Palettes in the past. So I don't know if he referred to them as the sisters or not. Do you guys think that this is a reach? Do you think it's interesting that he used the word sisters? I mean, he had to have known as he was typing that out that, you know, like, or whoever was typing that out, which I'm sure was also had to have been Jeffree Star approved, whoever that was putting out, when you get to the word sisters and your biggest nemesis in the entire world is James Charles, whose literal word is sisters. I'm kind of surprised, like Paris Hilton, like with hot, he hasn't had it copyrighted yet. But we know that James Charles and the word sisters is synonymous. You would think that by the time you got, there was another word you could use, I don't know, cousins or friends of the family or friends with benefits or family members or distant cousins or my cousin that lives in Kentucky. I don't know. My cousin Caroline and I, oh my God, true story. We both have a grandma, because we share, you know, like our moms on one side. But we don't share them, no. They're both gone now. They both passed on. It's real sad. It's a tragic story. You can go over to my vlog and hear about it. But anyway, our grandma, we found out after my mother passed away that my grandmother had gone to prison for embezzlement. Oh my God. My grandma, she was OG. But anyway, so, but that's a true story about my grandma. So he couldn't have called it grandma's, I don't know, pocketbook or something like that. He could have called it anything in the entire world other than sisters, which he knew was going to draw some kind of attention. One person out there, whether it was Peter Monn or the 30 people that had sent it to me or whatever, one person out there wasn't going to say, oh, this is interesting that Jeffree Star is saying sisters, and it was going to bring some attention back to him and James. What is going on behind the scenes? It's like he's poking the bear. It's like he's like, come on, James, say something. Say something. I dare you. I double dare you. I double dog dare you. It's like, is he going to say something? Is James Charles going to come out and say something? I'm kind of wondering at this point, you know, what James Charles and Tati have to say about all this, and will they at some point? I believe that what was insinuated in the Keemstar interview, I think a lot of that is going to come out. I think that James Charles and Tati will speak on this at some point, you know, and I mean, this is the thing, is that like, James Charles, when I said this the other day in my video, so many people were like, James Charles mentions Jeffree Star all the time. When? Where? I'd like to see where he has said it. Show me where he has shaded Jeffree Star. You have to remember, I watch this stuff very, very closely, okay? I watch their tweets. I watch their videos. I watch their Instagram stories. I have not seen James Charles shade Jeffree Star. And listen, and if I did, you all know I'd be the first one to call it out, okay? I'd make a whole video about it. I haven't seen James Charles come out and say a whole lot in the last year about Jeffree Star, really, at all. But yet, Jeffree continues to insert himself into the middle of this. Like, when the Charli D'Amelio video came out, he didn't have to say anything about that, right? Like, he tweeted out, like, you know, something about James Charles doing a good job on the video, right? We were all like, well, why is he offering him an olive branch now? Very interesting. And a lot of people are speculating because when he came out with the tweet that he said there's a reason why Nathan won't allow him over to the house anymore. Well, now, okay, Jeffree and Nathan are no longer together, and Jeffree seems to be singing a different tune. But what's interesting to me about it is that in the Keemstar interview, he still acts like James is allegedly problematic, right? He alleges that, okay? Conspiracy speculation, allegedly. Allegedly, he alleges that in the Keemstar interview, right? But then you're supporting him on Twitter saying like James always does a good job or whatever with the Charli D'Amelio look. So what is it? Okay, do you support James or do you not support James? I'm very confused by this whole situation at this point, like I've said in numerous videos. So I don't know. I think more is to come of all of this. And it seems to me at this point like Jeffree's kind of being hit from all sides. At some point, something's going to come out, and you know, I think at this point, Jeffree's still doing a pretty good job of controlling the narrative, and that's what it is, let's be honest, okay, of like, let's put this out and let's put out that, but you know, at the same time, I think something's going to start coming out, and he's going to be like, you know, he's not going to have the side of Tati and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, do we see ourselves seeing Shane Dawson inserting himself in the middle of the drama to protect Jeffree Star? I'm not really sure I see that. Shane Dawson seems to kind of like want to stay out of the drama. So if he really isn't part of this, and it comes down to like him or like protecting him, I don't know. Like, it'll be real interesting. But at that point, if something happens and then everybody, and like Shane goes in to try to make a video about Jeffree Star to like get the backgrounds, no one's going to respect Shane for doing that. Like, Shane has put himself between a rock and a hard place. Shane cannot go in now and be the savior that he has been with all these other YouTubers. He cannot go in and be the person that's going to save Jeffree Star and get Jeffree Star's honest truth in another series. First of all, nobody wants to watch another series. Well, I mean, I'm sure some people do. But a lot of people are like, we're going to watch a third series about you and Jeffree Star, you know? And then the second thing is going to be, well, you're so close to him. How can you objectively do a video where you find out what really happened behind the scenes? So anybody that's going to go in and do interviews or all that kind of stuff is going to have to be somebody that's completely objective, or that has no alliances with any of these people whatsoever to find out what really happened, you know? So it's going to be interesting when all this comes out. I don't know, you know? And it was also interesting to me that in Keemstar's interview, that Jeffree basically said that every person he's ever worked with on YouTube, he said, like, I've worked with all the beauty influencers and they're all basically like out for money and whatever. Okay, so every person that you've worked with, we know you're not friends with Tati, we know you're not friends with James, we know you're not friends with Manny and Laura anymore, okay, the big ones. You like haven't done anything with Raw Beauty Christie. Okay, and Gabriel Zamora floats both ways, depending. Nikita Dragon, you're not doing anything with anymore. I mean, like, Bretman Rock, Patrick Starr, you don't do anything with. So, like, you've basically said everybody in that community is evil. Who's gonna have your back if all of this comes down on you? Like, I think that's where, at some point, like, arrogance and ego, like, is really, really troublesome. Because if something huge happens and comes out about Jeffree Star, that, like, you know, like, he had a lot to do with this whole thing that happened with James and all that kind of stuff, or whatever. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of speculation, you know? I'm hearing a lot of speculation on the street. And if it comes out, who's got Jeffree Star's back? You know, like, that would be the question. I don't know. I'd be maybe calling up Gabriel Zamora. No, Tati! No! I've been maybe calling up Gabriel Zamora. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, you know, going forward with Jeffree Star. I hope that he's thought this through. Jeffree, to me, is somebody that I've watched for a long time, and I've noticed that he's very calculated with the decisions that he makes and his moves that he makes, and yes, I do think that they're calculated moves. And I hope he's thought all this through. I hope this poking of the bear with James Charles isn't just something else to sell a palette or bring some drama, you know, attention to himself or whatever. Because if that's the case, it could really greatly, I mean, I don't know that the second time around, people are going to be like, oh, let's unsubscribe, okay, let's resubscribe. I think the second time, if we go through this again with all of them, I think people will be done across the board. I think they will just be like, I cannot do this anymore. The amount of comments that I receive from people, and I see it over in the Reddit thread, that are like, I am so over this beauty guru garbage and whatever, you know? And I do think in the next year or two, we're going to start seeing bigger and bigger, you know, drama channels, bigger and bigger beauty influencers rise to the top over these people. And I think, to some degree, if these people don't change up their channels, they're going to be obsolete. Which I do think is why it was smart for James to do the influencer show. You know, I think it shows a different side of him. All right, let's get into the Nathan drama. Are you ready for all that? Now, word on the street is, I don't know, conspiracy speculations allegedly, I don't know how true this is. Word on the street is that Nathan is maybe without money, okay, without funds these days. And, you know, Jeffree is going in and he is changing the titles of his videos. That was like the skateboard video, and then he changed the title of the car video and all this kind of stuff. And I think that people are, I'm hearing a lot of people say that they think that's because maybe Nathan is saying that those were our things together, and Jeffree even claimed those in videos, and so now Jeffree's trying to go back, and who knows what the behind the scenes is, if what Nathan is claiming was his or wasn't, whatever. But if that is the case, and he is hurting for money, he's trying to do it through merch, okay? So, about 2 weeks ago, I talked about how Nathan had some merch come out, and he put this up on his, on his Instagram story. He put out, where is it? Come on, receipts. He put out all of this merch, and it's called Homebody merch. Let me get to my receipts right here, and I will show you. Oh, shoot, I was just looking at it before I started the video. So anyway, he came up with these sweatshirts, and the sweatshirts are like a cabin. Here, I'll put up a picture here, and then I'll put up another picture. But the picture, the sweatshirts were like the cabin in the woods, right? Well, it came out, oh, here it is. So here's a picture of it, yeah, like I said. And then here's the website, Homebody Hoodie by Nathan Schwandt, $59.90. Who's buying a $60 hoodie of Jeffree Star's ex-boyfriend when we don't have, that's what you spent your stimulus check on, my lord? Okay, so anyway, and this is from Pusher RX merch. Now, here's the thing about this merch company that I'm very surprised about, okay? I have gone and looked, and it says it's like the, well, here it is. I had it pulled up, shoot. I've got so many receipts at this point, it's ridiculous. Okay, I went on the website, or their Instagram, and I looked, and it's, oh shoot. Basically, it says the home for Nathan Schwandt's merch, right? I don't know if this merch shop is designed and owned by Nathan Schwandt. I don't know if it's just where he's selling his merch. I'm very, very confused about it, right? But like I said in my other video, interesting that he's not using Killer Merch, which is supposedly the best selling merch store in the entire world, right? So anyway, Nathan comes out with these very expensive sweatshirts, and then the world goes crazy because apparently these stock photos came out that this was some other artist's work that he had just put on this sweatshirt. And people were like, well, did you buy the artwork? Did you not buy the artwork? And there was a lot of like talk about all that, okay? So just with really no discussion, all of it comes down, okay? Like the pictures come down off the Instagram story is gone, he's not talking about it or anything, right? Well, when you go over to this Pusher Merch's official site, it says, we are the exclusive site that has the official Homebody merch by Nathan Schwandt. And then underneath there it says, sold out, will be refilled, will be fulfilled with the updated logo. Thank you for your support. Homebody Hoodie by Nathan Schwandt. Okay, that's what it says when you go over there. Now, I would also show you the whole screen, and I guess I could, well, but it has this Jada Got Back pillow for $69.69 that is provocative. It's provocative to say the least. So anyway, what was interesting was Nathan came out a couple days ago on his Instagram story, and he said, hey, like, we're coming out with new merch, okay? Here it is. We're coming out with new merch, and ding-a-ling-a-ling, sham-a-lang, dang, ding-dong, ding. House of Drama Phone, this is Peter speaking. Oh, hi, Jane, how are you? Gimlets, Jane, and lemon drops. I've been drinking boxcars, gimlets, and lemon drops. We're living up old Hollywood over here, Jane. No, we got our stimulus check. I'm gonna buy some Nathan Schwandt merch. Why? I don't know. It makes me feel like I'm a little closer to Jeffree'S Star. What? You are? Laura Lee's husband's putting out some socks and you're going to buy those? Well, all right. Okay. All right, Jay. Well, I'll see you at the Women's League on Tuesday. I love you, gal. Bye. So anyway, can you imagine Laura Lee's husband putting out some socks? I would live. Okay. I mean, we could just go on and on and on with that all day long. So he's putting out new hoodies, but he said that he's going to let you guys know in the next 30 days when the hoodies are available. He just like hinted it out and teased at it. He didn't even put like a link where you could go buy it or anything. And if you go to Nathan's Instagram story or Instagram, hold on a second here. It's just a bunch of skateboarding stuff and him standing in front of a mirror taking a MySpace selfie from back in the day, flipping the camera off. Some things don't ever change. And yeah, and it just says he's in Michigan and, you know, he's a skateboarder and he's a Leo and all this kind of stuff. But the pictures of the merch are gone, okay? And there's no link in here anymore to his merch shop. So it's like, what happened? Did you just like act like, I love when these people just act like out of sight, out of mind, okay? You think like, I don't know, maybe the person that you were with for, what, 5+ years, supposedly ran the biggest merch distributor in the world, and this is what, like, did you learn nothing? Were you paying attention during that? I mean, were you just skateboarding all day long? Like, I'm very, very confused. But it's interesting, isn't it? It's really interesting that this is where he decides to go, that he's going to sell merch. I mean, to some degree, it kind of makes you wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. But anyway, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about all of that. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.